Is that something that has ever crossed your mind while you guys have been training? The fact that Berto did go the distance with Floyd and
no,
yeah,
no, it hasn't been something that we talked about or really crossed my mind. Main reason again is I don't focus on the opponent as much as I'm focusing on preparing my athlete and make sure he's ready in all aspects. So now that we're closing in on that, we'll take a look at what he did against Floyd, or what he didn't do, and you know how the good things he did, what I'm interested in more, and also his fights against some of his top level opponents. Victor Ortiz, the last fight, Victor Ortiz, first fight, Roberto Guerrero, and then also Soto Karass, the Soto Karass fight. So those are some of the fights that we will be looking at.
I mean, how much can you take away from those fights when you do watch them?
You know, there's never really, for me, there's never really like a percentage I can take away, or or we can do this because he did it, or we can do that because that guy did it. What I look for when I study film is tendencies. That was my job for USA Boxing. That was my job for the World Championship team. That was my job for the 2012 Olympic team. Was to study all the other countries. All the fighters from the other countries. And I did that for over a year, and that ain't no joke. That's not like you give me some film of, you know, 2 or 3 fighters. No, we're talking about a lot of countries. We're talking about a lot of guys in a lot of weight classes, and I had to break them all down. You know, over the course of a year. If you had done anything from another country in the previous Olympic, if you medaled, if you were in the semifinals, if you had done anything in the previous World Championships, if you medaled, if you were in the semifinals. There's a lot of guys. And then every day as the World Championships are going on, I had 2 film guys like such as yourself who snuck in. They came in, but they snuck in video cameras. And they had video cameras filming 3 rings every day. Wow. While I took notes, they filmed. So say Errol Spencer's fighting in this ring over here, and he possibly might be fighting this guy tomorrow if this guy wins. They got to film that guy. We go back to the hotel room. I got to break that guy down. Then I got to sit with the other coaches and tell them what I came across, what I saw, what the tendencies were. Then we call Errol in and we sit down and we say, okay, Errol, here's what we saw. This is what we saw in him. This is what he did in yesterday's match. But here's what he did in the World Championships 2 years ago, or here's what he did in the previous Olympics. So here's what he did in European Championships. So all of these things play a part in what we're doing. So what I'm looking at is tendencies and what he did in previous fights that worked well for him. And we look at a lot of different things when we're looking at stuff like that. We're looking at body structure. We're looking at, is he a boxer? Is he a puncher? Is he a pressure fighter? Is he a counter puncher? Is he, you know, a tall guy? Is he a shorter, compact guy? Is he right-handed? Is he left-handed? You're looking for a lot of different things, but my main thing is tendencies. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So when I start cleaning my kitchen, if I start those dishes, I'll go from those dishes to this counter. I go from that counter, I come to this counter. I'll go from this counter, I'll start wiping down my fridge and stuff. That's because how I do one thing is how I do everything. I have tendencies. Right. You know what I mean? And the same thing happens with fighters in the ring.